Bluetooth connected.
I know you were sitting there thinking, when are they coming on? Where did Paxton go? I'm still here, everybody. We are still here. We are together, Robin and I. We have put everything together that we believe will be a source of encouragement to you right here on Narcabuse TV Network. Dr. Robin BRYMAN is here with us on Real Talk on Narcabuse TV Network, a product of NATV Studios. We're going to be bringing Robin in momentarily. We just wanted to let you know our third season of Narcabuse TV Network, Mental Health, Relationships, and Recovery. We'll start soon. A number of shows you will see, a number of individuals who joined us and had interviews on Instagram have now moved over with us to this here, again, our new home, YouTube Live. So if you are struggling with one thing or another, or a narcissist, toxic family member, a sibling that's giving you trouble, Real Talk is here for you. Dr. Robin BRYMAN. Let's do this. I think I see somebody there. Is that Dr. Robin BRYMAN?
It is.
I'm frightening for you that you have to be on screen with me, but here we go.
Great.
How are you doing? We survived everything that attempted to get in our way.
Yeah.
And we're ready to do this because I want to delve into some of the content that you have posted on Instagram. And there's so much more in regards to content that you have that I would like to talk about, but we're not going to have enough time today to do that because I've seen a number of other things that you've done in other places other than Instagram. But could you do me a huge favor? Tell me this. Why do you keep coming back for punishment from me on any of my shows that I produce and put together?
Stop. You're amazing, Paxton.
Well, this is free TV, but you get paid for what you do, and I appreciate you taking of your time to spend a little bit here to give some mental health tips in regards to dealing with troublesome relationships. If you don't mind, I'd like to get right to it because I don't want to take too much of your Friday, but let's do this. I'm going to pop something up on the screen. And we'll go from there and we'll talk about it.
As a psychologist who specializes in narcissistic abuse recovery, I often see patients who are so distraught about their relationship and they just want to know how to feel better. They may be in a trauma bond or in a situation that they can't get out of. So they say, what's the path to recovery? How will I know I'm getting better? And I say, when the narcissist is seeking negative supply, you don't react and you stay neutral.
I appreciate the fact that you have enough courage to sit and watch yourself on screen like that.
My accent. Ooh, such a heavy New York accent.
I just wanted to get that. I wanted to get that out of the way because I wanted to see your reaction as we did that, even though you knew I was going to put it up on the screen. Just from the information that you were providing there, what is it that we can glean from that a person needs to take with them? As I mentioned to you before, you've done a number of shows. We've done shows together. That the audience here on YouTube is drastically different than the 400 or 500 people that were showing up when we were on Instagram. They're much younger here and have no idea of even what you're talking about. Maybe they're still trying to wrap their brains around somebody being that mean to them. Shed some light on that video for us.
I'm more specifically talking about narcissists, but I guess it could happen in every relationship when somebody starts fighting for no reason and the other person reacts to them. And it's like you get into the zone with the other person, and like the world stops and you're just talking and arguing with this one person in front of you, and you lose track of everything. And you say things that you normally would not say. And you feel bad about yourself because the things that come out of your mouth, it's almost like something takes over and you're just not thinking clearly.
When that happens, that it's kind of like something else or someone else is taking over. I guess there's a lot of shame and guilt that can come with that. A lot of bad feelings that can happen after that. Why does a person find themselves in that situation where it feels like someone else is taking over? Is it because they're a mean person, or have they been provoked?
Well, they're being provoked, but more specifically, what I was talking about is that the person provoking them is looking for a negative emotional reaction from them. And so it's like a trap. And the person walks right into that trap that the other person set up. And they get into this fight. And then very often they walk away, and one person feels great because they got the negative emotional reaction. And the other person feels like they've been hit by a truck and they hate how they acted, and they start feeling shame and guilt.
Okay, so the person victimized, feeling that they've been hit by a truck, they would probably need some tools in their toolbox or some tips and skills so they're not falling for that next time.
Right. And that's what the video is. That's exactly the point of this video, is to give somebody those kinds of tools.
Okay. So if you had to say, what would be one or two tools that somebody could take away from that video that they need to keep in mind?
I would say two things. So one is, you really are consciously aware in a relationship when somebody is trying to communicate something. And if it really doesn't make sense, don't engage. Put a boundary. So I think those two things, being consciously aware, having a boundary, and also staying neutral. I mean, because you can't just look at them and walk away. That's rude too. I would just say, stay neutral. Like, could you explain what you're saying? Or, why are you starting to fight with me? I don't understand.
Because they're looking to, you said a little bit earlier, one person walks away feeling like they just got it off their chest and just dumped it on somebody. And if that person that they dumped it on was already in a good mood and having a great day, now they're shot. Yeah. And it's like a ripple effect starts to happen. They'll take it out on the dog. Or
exactly.
Or guy at the gas station.
Yep.
You're getting love on the screen. You're getting love on the screen already. Look at you. We just started. Yeah, look at that. Dr. BRYMAN, we have not met. Pleasure. Thank you both. Thank you, my friend. I should call you Man on Fire of the refrain. He has another one there that says, I know all about double binds. Not funny.
No.
When you deal with a client, they tell you things sometimes that maybe you have to shake your head at. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not in your position.
Usually I do.
I'm being nice. I was trying to like tiptoe to it.
I'm like,
Okay.
oh, what are you talking about?
That's kind of like the way we
I'm
talk when we're not
honest.
on camera,
Yeah,
which you just
I
did right now.
know.
I'm doing my studio voice, being nice, but I go like, Robin, they crazy. No, we're not going to do that though. I'm not going to talk like that. But people have things that they get exposed to or they expose themselves to, and then they try to dig their way out of it. It'd be a pretty good step if someone looks at it real carefully before they step into it, maybe.
It's hard when you're in that trauma bond and you're
Mhm.
codependent, and it's like a magnet, like Ross
Okay.
Rosenberg would say.
Yeah.
Oh my, not easy, not easy, because your brain just shuts off. It's like you go into autopilot. And I try to teach people, don't go into autopilot, but it takes a while, for the whole thing to play out and for them to really, get more self-aware and get rid of that shame and take a look at themselves.
Getting rid of the shame, getting rid of the guilt, especially if it's been initiated or ignited by someone who they get a kick out of creating havoc wherever they go. How can a person work toward that or do the work necessary to make room in their life to not live by shame and guilt and have that knee-jerk reaction to take on all the responsibility or accountability themselves?
Go to therapy and reconcile
Very good.
your past.
Nice plug, Robin. Nice plug.
Therapy is great.
Okay.
No, I would.
That's a
I
t-shirt.
really would.
Wait, you should know me by now. That's marketing right there. That's a
Yes,
t-shirt.
it is.
Therapy is great. And then put your website right underneath that. Okay, go ahead.
I would say, you got to figure out what makes you tick and your past and how you were raised and all those things.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Next video, my friend.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's go over here and let's bring in Robin. By the way, Robin, you're my co-host, Robin, and we're going to talk with Robin on film here. Here we go.
How do I gauge my recovery in narcissistic abuse? One way is if you run into the new supply or you get introduced to them or you see them from afar. What feelings do you have? Do you feel jealous? Do you feel angry? Do you feel sad? If so, you have a lot more work to do. But if you feel like neutral or indifferent, or you want to tell them to run for the hills, then you really get in there in your recovery.
Run to the hills. I like that. That's pretty good. Okay, now we have just had Robin give us some information there. Doctor, would you like to discuss what Robin was just telling us there? I'm gonna make you crazy by the end of the night. You're on the East Coast. This is the East Coast, West Coast thing I'm doing to you. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to call Robin. I'm going to ask her myself.
I told you, I've been waiting to do this to you. I've been waiting to have this show. This is Real Talk. Robin's talking to Robin. Okay, go ahead.
And not only that, these are real situations that have occurred.
We're not making this up, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you to know this is actually happening. Real situations.
I have to tell you, some of my patients are saying to me, "Are you going to do a video on this? Could you do a video on me today?
Okay.
The worst day.
Okay, wait a minute.
Definitely do a video on me."
I'm kind of questioning your patience now. This is, what kind of people? Let me get back over here first. What kind of people you dealing with? They're trying to bring you drama. Now they're scripting drama, bringing it to the session, and looking at you and going like, "Can I look for that clip on Instagram, please?" And now that you got on that YouTube show, now that you have your own little show called The Real Talk, can you pop me up on the screen and okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but they really, they say, "Could you do?"
That is just funny.
They see themselves on the video. They see, what they've been through. But that's the best material. That's why I guess I'm fortunate because I have a lot of material from my patients.
Yes, you do. Yes,
I
you
really do.
Yes, you do.
Who are wonderful. So I can't,
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, with this one, it really is about being indifferent. If you run into the narcissist and you see them with someone, this is something that people, they talk about right when they break up when this happens, when they have a major breakup and they're in a horrible trauma bond and they're trying to heal. And it's always something in their mind. What if I run into them and they're with someone else? And it's almost like a death. Like you have to go through the process, and then suddenly you're healed, and you do run into them, and you sometimes feel like you want to run over to that person and say, like I said, run for the hills, or, oh
Yeah.
my God, this person was a sociopath. You can't don't believe a word they say.
Yeah.
But then you
Not
realize
a good idea, right?
no, because you realize they're who you were. Their brain is chemically
Yeah.
induced with lots of dopamine and stuff. So you really can't do that, but you want to.
Okay.
You wish.
I'm trying to stay away from the 1-2 part because that could take us down a rabbit hole on other subjects. Because so to do that, to say I'm going to be this mediator that solves this person problem, and I'm going to be their savior and warn them about this. There have been those that have been on my show and have told me they've done that. And it was the worst thing. It was worse than giving birth, as one guest told me. And I thought it was the funniest thing when she said it. She says, I would rather give birth to triplets than when I did that. I felt so stupid and bad after I did. That was her expression.
Yeah, but she's right.
She began to explain that. I'm understanding what you're saying, but someone may be thinking they need to protect the universe from this person, that they need to be Thor, they need to be Superwoman, and they need to go Wonder Woman, and they need to go and save this person.
Yeah.
Your last words of advice before we go to the next video.
Okay. So my
real talk
is,
now.
Okay, real talk. It would be talk, not New York, like dog and talk. Very bad words.
I love when you do that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so my thinking is this: I look at that person as the luckiest person because they have such a beautiful journey that they're going to go on after they break up with the narcissist. However, I really want to tell them don't get pregnant because then the kids suffer, and that breaks my heart. So you really can't run up to people and say, oh,
don't get pregnant. I'm sorry, but if I was in the store, if my daughters are out in the store and I see you come running up to some woman you don't know, go look at her and say, "Don't get pregnant." It'd be, you know what it's like? That's Back to the Future. You would become Doc. You would literally become Doc in Back to the Future. You just have your hair all over the place, because you're normally all well put together, very classy. You just have your hair. You're like, don't have children, Marty, and then turn around and run out and go like, okay, who was that?
It's true. Yeah.
That was Dr. R. Dr. R is in the house. Okay, all right. So here we go. We're gonna go with another one, and Robin is going around telling people not to have babies. Like, who was that crazy woman? She was from Jersey. She's from New York. She don't know. She's from the East Coast. All right. Hold on a second here. Let's get this picture in here. By the way, everybody, just so you know, when you watch this, you may have watched our show earlier today that we had this morning with Dr. Marnie Hill Fredero, as well as Ask Anushka from the UK. But we were on vacation, and today was the first set of shows back. But our season doesn't start until after March 1st. So please forgive me. The shows will get better along the way. I just wanted to hang out with these groups of people today and end my day with Robin here. Robin, here we go.
When dealing with a narcissist, we're often told to respond, but don't react. In my comment sections, I'm noticing that people are finding this very hard to do, and I totally get it, especially when you're being provoked by the narcissist for negative supply. So here's a tip. I would stop trying to get the last word with the narcissist. I would keep it in my mind. When I got really anxious, I would move away from that anxiety, not towards it.
Now, when it comes to moving away from that anxiety, that's pretty much what you would be trying to do when you were telling someone, don't have babies with that man.
And I'm joking with that sort of, but
because I think that should be a coffee cup, a calendar maybe, or a t-shirt. It's just a bumper sticker. Don't have babies with that man. And every mom should give that to her daughters when she thinks the guy's no good. Yeah. Anyhow, all right. So what are we talking about here? Running away from that anxiety. What are we talking about here, Robin?
that's one of my things. People tend to get anxious and they go towards something.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's usually a very big mistake. So move away from anxiety. When you feel so anxious, stop and don't do anything. Sometimes less is more. And then
Don't
move
you
away.
just say you said don't do anything?
Do anything. Think. Breathe.
Think. Oh, okay.
Breathe. And then respond if you need to. But people get so anxious and they're just like they have to solve it and fix it, and I see this every day. And so I say, when you get extremely anxious, stop.
We're I'm sorry, my friend.
Yeah.
You were going to say.
No, just stop.
You-
Don't
so-
move towards it.
So you're saying a lot of issues that we may step into, that I could step into, if I would just stop and take my time before I just have a knee-jerk reaction to something or situation, or the world is on fire and pulling my hair out,
Mm-hmm.
I might be able to gather myself and control my nervous system to make a balanced decision. Breathe, you said.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does anybody know that you have all these great videos? Is there anybody that actually knows this?
I don't
Because-
know. I hope so.
I sure hope you write a book. I really do. I don't know who
Yeah,
would give you
yeah.
such an idea, but
Yes. I'm
Okay.
on it. I actually am on it.
I'm not trying to nag you or anything.
Because somebody gave me this greatest idea. And he was really smart.
Pushy person, whoever they may be. And I'm glad it's not me. Oh, wait. Anyhow, so here we go. Let me try this one. I'm gonna at a certain point I'm gonna play Russian roulette with the videos and just see what pops up. Okay, here we go.
Riddle me this. How are narcissists and ghosts similar? Well, I'll tell you, they both can haunt us, especially with narcissists getting out of that trauma bond, getting back to life, and they seem to pop up in your head a lot and haunt you. So what can we do? I love to reframe. One of my favorite things to do. Think of the ghost as Casper, the friendly ghost, and the narcissist as someone who changed your life over time for the better.
Now, most people would go more toward the demon aspect of an emotional vampire, and you went toward Casper, the friendly ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of young people may not know who that is, but overall, your mindset when you were saying this is, you said reframe, to reframe. And that's something we do internally, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, reframing is a great thing because it just changes how you look at something. It could be anything negative and you could turn it into a positive. It's not delusional. It's just looking at a situation differently,
Right. So if a person has been looking at a certain situation, their relationship with someone, their interaction with someone, they're pretty much in a certain frame of mind. You're saying that they need to reframe. That could be scary though, right? Is that what you're saying? They need to show a little courage maybe to do so?
Yeah, they do. They have to be able to have more of a flexible thinking, a flexible mind. And when you're in this relationship, often you are very rigid the way you think.
Okay.
So
Being rigid in their thinking means that they're not really open to grow. They could be limiting themselves, possibly.
Oh, for sure. A lot of codependents are very rigid in their thinking.
Okay. Now, a lot of people knew you were coming on, and you said this. You had to say the C word. I was waiting to see how long. We've gone 24 minutes, and you said codependence. So, therefore, I have a few questions that I've asked certain people who are regular watchers of our show when we were on Instagram. Who now they hate me because I'm over on YouTube because they don't see me over there. But anyhow, what I was going to say is this is one of the questions that they said to ask you this question. What is codependency?
Is there a video that's
You see how easy it can be with just the videos playing and you say a little bit? I was going to tell you that when we did the Moving Forward show with Chris and Trisha, but anyhow, just play videos of Robin and we just talk about them. All right, go ahead. What is codependency is one of the questions. But I picked three out of the 15 questions that I got. So I'm just going to ask you 3 though, but that's the first one. What is codependency?
It's a way of thinking and it's a way of being I look at it as dysfunctional. It's almost like you don't have your ego intact or your sense of reality or your sense of self.
Okay.
That was never fully formed. And so you are looking to the environment or to other people to lead you and make decisions for you and care for you. Not on a conscious level, but more on an unconscious or subconscious level. And it could be really dangerous. And really, you could be very unsettled and unhappy, and you're not quite sure why. You can get sick. And if you run into the wrong person, it could be very dangerous. So codependency starts at a very young age.
What age would you say, or have you seen, if you had to take a stab at?
I would say 3 years old or younger. That's
so
when the parent. Yeah.
It becomes a lifestyle.
It just becomes a way of development, a way of thinking.
Okay. All right. Before we go to the next video, next question. People are funny. All right. Next question is, what is a health coach?
Oh, a health coach? I'm a health coach.
I know. As I just said, people can be funny. It's just.
Why? What did you?
You know what it is? Let me tell you what it is. People try to stump me and I tell people, give me a question, whatever. I'm not going to look at the question until I get in the show because I love the live experience. Because our audience, they're bored with the whole Zoom thing and everybody on top of each other on Instagram. They want to see something like, off the cuff, kind of different. And now I just looked at that and I'm like, okay, I know she's a health coach. I know what they were trying to say. Like, you don't know everything about Robin, and I don't. But okay, so what is a health coach, my dear friend? Since you are,
I'm so happy you brought this up. Okay, so I want to just start from why I became a health coach.
I've never heard you say that before. But go ahead.
I became a health coach because of the narcissistic abuse recovery. I was blown away by how many parts of your life are awful because of the fact that you lose yourself in a relationship.
Can you say that one more time for me, please? You were blown away by how many parts of our lives.
Our lives are ruined or sabotaged or not paid attention to because you're so focused and your energy is going towards the narcissist, and they keep raising the what is it called? What's that word? It's on the tip of my tongue. They keep raising the bar for what, they need and how they're treating you. And, so, you're disorganized, you're financially a mess. Not, people are, this is what
I get what you're saying.
Your health is awful. And I'm trying to think what else. There's a few other parts of your life that are just your friendships, your family relationships. There's so many parts of your life that are sabotaged. And so as I was doing the healing, I started learning more and more about all these other parts that, are ruined in people's lives. And the health part was very interesting to me. So, it was an online school at the time, but they have it, they have it both now. It's a great program. Highly recommend it. IIN it's called. And it just teaches you so many things. It's not only like diet and exercise. It's not that. It's just about health in general and how to live longer and how to live happier, and the cultures that do live longer and happier and healthier, and how important being social is, and loving what you do. And it was just great. It was such a great learning experience. So, and it took a while to learn, but I was happy I did it. It changes the way you think.
I love listening to you when you talk about things you like and that have helped you grow, helped you grow as a person, and it has helped you grow because your eyes light up. There's a lilt in your voice as if you're playing in the playground and you just found something in the sandbox that you found this toy. So you found something that rejuvenated you by taking this course?
Yeah, definitely. I like I said, I look at things differently.
Yeah.
And it helps me help people that go through recovery. And because you realize, like, I'll say that, for instance, I'll give you an example. If somebody is invited to a party and they're depressed and they don't want to go and they just can't get themselves together, and that happens, like, just, I can't put makeup on, I can't whatever. And I'll say, go, because you will be happier going. Just always go towards social, because social is really the key to getting out of so much. Being social, practicing boundaries with people, practicing how to be the best you. Even if somebody's not the best them, you should never not be the best you.
Yeah, right. Good point. They should go because they may end up having an adventure or an experience that will give them something to talk about, think about, new files in their brain to push out the narcissist and what they've done. Some good memories that may be developed. That's a good point. Health coach. So when you started teaching others about health, because no doubt you did that as well. You still do that?
Yeah. So within my practice, I use it as an extra.
What are the top 3 things that Robin would say that she needs to remind her clients or others or family? What are the top 3 health things that you like to emphasize to people? This is something we didn't plan none of this, you guys. We talk about stuff.
We always tack in.
Yeah, we just
I'm like 3. I'm thinking of, okay, so I'll cut, me, because
I know. I watch your eyes. You're like, Paxton, I've got 47 of them. Why do you always tell me 3? It's because we're only going to stay on for a few minutes. We're not going to be here all night. The Laker game is on. But anyhow, go ahead. What you going to say?
My mind is like the Duke basketball game. So.
Yeah, okay, all right. Okay.
Sorry. So okay. So what was the question?
I was asking you, what do you eat? What are the 3 things you eat for breakfast? So that's what I've asked you, lady.
Okay.
Okay, puppet.
Okay. So one thing I like to do is that when people are going through recovery and they're feeling terrible, to listen to videos and take a walk while they're doing it. So then they're listening and they're getting their endorphins are going, and they're getting exercise and they're feeling better. And if you add some sunlight in, good to go.
There you go. So I'm sorry. Go outside, walking, get into nature, as it were. Videos.
Into nature. Listen. Get yourself a good pair of AirPods.
Okay.
Invest.
That's right.
And I would do that. I would definitely do that. Make sure you make sleep a priority. That's important. You're going to push toward that
47 of them. You're going to get them in there. Go past. That's 4. No, keep going. I'm going to have to put them in the show notes. This is too much work for me. This is free TV. But go ahead.
I'm good.
No. Okay. No, wait. That's 4. Give us one more. Give us one more that you would say. So we got sleep. Just to do this real quick. Recap. We got sleep. We have, of course, listen to invest in some really good headphone set. Let's see, get outside in nature. Everybody probably knows them better than me, and I'm talking. So we pretty much got okay. So one more.
Okay. When you're cooking, learn how to cook, because that's a really good place to practice mindfulness. You're like,
I know. I'm always. I love cooking, so I'm in the kitchen. Okay. I experiment on my daughters.
You're mindful, right?
Yes, that's true.
You smell it. You pounding the chicken. You are like drinking your wine. It's just a mindful. So there you go.
It's a good point. I like that. Hey, see, I'm glad we went down this road. See, now I want 10. No, I'm just kidding. 4 more. No, okay. So what we're gonna need to do is when you can fit us in your schedule and you're not working with your clients, the senators and congressmen and all the people that you deal with at the White House and other places and all the millionaires, and you're hanging out with Ross and Angie, and you guys are not out having wine and at the opera. Every now and then when you get a chance to come by my show again, I really would appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to torture you because I'm going to let's see here. What do I got here? Did I just do this one? Hold on. Nope. No, here we go. Let's see here. Hopefully I'm not going to play something I've already played.
Narcissists seek negative supply in a relationship with their partner. They're provocative towards the partner. They're obnoxious or devaluing towards their partner, and the partner reacts. The narcissist looks at this emotional reaction as a way to get their psychic energy, as a way to know that that partner of theirs still really cares about them, even if it's negative.
Okay, to me, I'm just going to throw it out there because I'm just a guy with a mic. That's crazy. I'm sorry. Somebody doing that is just pathetically crazy because they should be trying to get along in peace and have go for a walk together and both get ear pods. And anyhow, all right, I did my soapbox rant. That's why I should still be on vacation probably. But go ahead.
What's the question?
We never really have questions. We just be talking. So that's what the show is. That's why that's why I called the show Real Talk, because we just start talking with each other. Okay. So, expound on that video.
So, that's an answer to questions about negative supply. What is negative supply? Somebody's just provoking you to get your energy, to take it away, to make sure you still care enough to answer them. And get upset.
Oh, sorry. Still care enough to answer them
and get upset about them.
Okay, then certain people in their relationships should just carry a straitjacket anytime they deal with somebody like that, and just put it on them and tell them you're crazy. You got to have a fight with me so that I love you.
Right, and then they'll say, "But no, I'm not crazy. You're crazy."
No, you're crazy. No, you're crazy. And here we go back and forth, right down the line of the crazy train. Okay, now I have no idea, and we've gone a little bit here. I'll tell you in just a moment, and we're going to be coming to an end of the show. I do have, in order for people not to be disturbed with me, a couple of more things to ask you that were sent in to me for this show with you. But hold your horses here. Let's just do this. Let's do this.
I just gave my patient a technique to use when she can't stop reacting to the malignant narcissist that she's in a relationship with. She knows all of the narcissistic terms and really has done her research, and yet she still gets into this dance with them. I told her, number one, the narcissist, he doesn't think like you at all. Number two, when you feel like reacting, put a big stop sign in your head.
Okay, the first time I saw that, I don't know why I thought, maybe because you said a letter B and I'm weird, I thought you were going to say a big bat. I thought you were going to say get a big bat. I really did. And I said, okay, Paxton, you got to stop thinking like that. And I told her, no, just kidding. All right, so what are we talking about here?
Whack 'em.
Everybody should get a stop sign?
No, just to have even when you have such anxiety, put that big stop sign in your head. Stop.
Okay. Okay.
Towards it. Stop. Don't react to the narcissist. Sometimes a visual helps.
The visual is what you're saying a person needs to have to let them know to, as it were, stop, even if they are themselves becoming overwhelmed with negative thoughts about themselves.
Yeah. Just stop.
The benefit of stopping is, well, you're cutting off what? What are you stopping? What are you really stopping when you say stop as a psychologist? What is a person stopping?
Stopping the moving towards something or saying something. Stop means stop and think.
Okay.
Stop and breathe.
So not let the emotions just run the show.
Yes. That's a mess.
It's
a mess.
That's the way you talk when there's no camera right there. That's
I talk like this all the time.
I know you do.
Oh, wait,
hey, do you want me to play the video back? Do you want me to play the video back? I watch him and I go like, oh, that's nice, Robin. But that's the Robin. That's the nicer. I don't mean you're mean. You're not mean. You know, I think the world of you. But that's the Robin that she's making a beautiful professional video. But when we're talking sometimes, I love the things come out of your mouth and go like, man, I wish I had a camera on right now. This is high production value stuff. She said right now.
I have to be serious.
Yeah, I know.
Serious
Okay, all right. I gotta
stuff.
make some of these people happy that wrote in because Robin's coming on, but you won't come back on Instagram. We're like, no, it's not. We're gonna do it on YouTube. Come and watch her on YouTube. Here we go. What is true or real recovery from abuse? What does it taste like, smell like, all that kind of stuff? What is real recovery like? What would you describe what recovery is like? Even though it's different for everybody, what are some signs in the road that a person is moving? There is a video for that, by the way. I just want you to know.
Oh, I like that.
No, there
That's
really
good.
is. You made a video for that.
Oh,
It's
I
just
did.
that I haven't pulled it. I haven't pulled it up yet. But when I saw the question, I'm like, I think I saw a video about that. But I have to ask the question. So feel free to answer.
Okay, so what is calm? It's heaven. It's like life could be so good. It's just calm. That's the word I would think.
Chaos doesn't rule the day.
No, no, and it's less anxiety.
Mhm.
It's less drama. It's less patience for nonsense. It's happiness being alone. It's growth.
Mhm.
It's being much more productive, and it's really loving other people and appreciating.
I don't know what to do with you. You always do this. You did this when we did the show with Trisha and them. And it's like, you have this thing where you get right there and you start sticking the landing like a good emotional gymnast, a good teacher. That was really good. You smoothed the way for me to now do this. Here we go. I'm going to do something here. Maybe I'm not. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on one
Picking up
second.
that big bat.
Hey, that's the way a lot of things got solved in my neighborhood when I was growing up. They're like, nah, he don't need no pills. Come on, we take him out to the alley. He don't need no pills. No comment. So anyhow, here we go. I got to do something over here. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put something up on the screen. And then I'm going to ask you to give your definition, even though I just kind of touched on it. I gave you a clue. Not really. I'm going to put some on the screen. Both of us will probably disappear, but we will still be here. People can hear us. What does that word mean to you?
Recovery?
This is like Jeopardy. So what does that word mean to you? I know you describe what it feels like.
Oh, okay.
But what does it mean to you when you are working with someone? You yourself have experienced it. You've seen others. What does that word really mean to you? Not what does it do, calmness and a number of other things.
Oh, this is a good. I just answered it in my head 3 different ways. It's
I know you. Listen, I don't just throw these shows together by accident. I know how you think. I make a living off of. I don't make a living anymore. I'm retired. But what does it mean to you? And we only have a day to finish all your thoughts in your head because I know you'll get going.
I'm choosing one. So recovery to me means lifelong. You are doing this forever, and you eventually are able to give back, even when you don't even know it.
Wow!
When you're in recovery, I think it's a lifelong thing. Wow. I do.
You're able to give back, even if you don't even know it yet.
Yeah, you are in this. You're on this road of recovery, like you have there, and the road doesn't end. You're constantly growing, right. And on the way, on the road, you give back so much, but you don't really do it intentionally. You just do it by being you and your energy.
Okay. You're just living life. You're not like trying to help somebody else recover or give back. It just becomes who you naturally were, either before or even after the fact, from dealing with someone who was trying to stop you from being that kind of person.
Right. It's like your best self. Like it's almost like self-actualized because you've been through so much pain and through so much, and you've met so many people along the way. That's what people, right?
No, that's a very good point you just brought out. You meet so many people along the way. I guess a person could do that, huh? They're meeting people along the way, but they're not really at their best self, even to give, let alone be of some assistance, because someone is deliberately trying to sabotage them or bring them down. And so they're constantly in this vigilant state. They can't even see where they can be of help to other people or give 1,000 or 100% to help because they're not at their best self yet.
Right.
You're good, Robin. Thank you for this session. Thank you for this open session. Oh, man, you made my Friday, man. This is really cool. Thank you. It's very nice of you. I appreciate it. You doing this with me. Last thing that we're going to do, you're not going to like this. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody got a comment there. I got to make sure. I got to take a look at everything. Oh, man. Somebody's agreeing with you there. Did I miss somebody's thought there? Hold on a second here. Can you see what's on the screen there? It says, for years, I defended. I'll read it to you as if I can see. For years. Well, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I got big things around here I could see, and I'm looking at the little bitty screen because I'm trying to look at you. But I'm going to turn my head this way. It says here, for years, I defended her bad behavior because she was an incest survivor. No history of therapy, but I had some, and I said for years, I thought it was best of love to give her. He's agreeing with you. He says, you're right, Doc, about not being able to give the best because he was dealing with not being his best. There's so many things that can come into play in everyone's situation, experience, and story. But I appreciate you of the refrain to share with me. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, my friend. I missed you. Let me put that up there. Tracy, how are you? If you're still here, my friend. Hey kids, so excited to see you. Thank you, Tracy. We just got through giving you a party, Tracy, earlier this morning on the show I did this morning with Marnie and Anushka. We were talking about you and your new book that's out. So
Tracy,
much love to you.
Is that Tracy?
Tracy, yeah. Did you see it right there?
Oh, hi. Oh, my.
I don't know how I missed that. I guess I was playing the video
and I missed it. That's great.
Yes, yeah. She's
so
awesome.
She's here.
She has sent a number of different people my way to be on the show and been very encouraging and supportive of my daughters and I doing this. So have you, rather. And the experience I've had with you has been amazing. But I want to touch on a couple of things here. One, you're a health coach. Excuse me. I can tell I'm just getting back. My voice is going already. You're a health coach. You gave us some advice on things that we can do to take care of ourselves. Because how did you put it? We can let some things go because we're so busy dealing with a narcissist or dealing with a person who is a troublemaker that we will lose sight on our own health.
For sure. Yeah. Especially the narcissist is a big drinker. I've come across that with people where you kind of join them with their drinking and,
I didn't think of that. That's a good point.
Yeah.
If we start taking care of our health, getting out in nature, as you put out, listening to something even while we're doing that. I like how you said, listen to a video, Narcabuse TV network. Listen to a video, Narcabuse TV. To listen to something and move our bodies. You said get some sun. You said get some sleep. You said there's probably a number of other things you could mention. Everyone should go to your Instagram page, like, comment, share, follow. Everybody's used to that on Instagram. I do that all the time. Like, comment, share, follow Dr. Robin BRYMAN. It's what I just said. That's her page. She's easy to find, and I personally feel that all of you should follow her and help her out to make sure more people know about her and tell a friend. I hope that you will be able to find more of her here on Narcabuse TV network on YouTube. That's hopefully she'll be able to spend time with us some more because I have a bevy of information that I need to be asking you about that's left over from Instagram and even now since you've been here. Last two things I'm going to put up on the screen here, unless somebody keep sending you love. Thank you, Tracy, so much for that. Here we go.
Her
I'm
book
going
is
to
amazing,
put this.
by the
I'm going to.
Paxton.
Oh, you're being kind.
Yeah. No,
This
it's
is
really.
this is something I have to ask you. I'm not rushing you along, and I'm not. But the Lakers are coming on. The game is coming. No, I'm just joking. All right, so here we go. Just say whatever pops into your mind, my friend.
Okay. What passive? Wait, like
Passive aggression in a relationship. You're a
It's so
psychologist.
annoying.
Now,
It's so
listen,
common.
we are
It's
going
so
to end this show.
common.
Don't you dare. I know you make that noise.
Don't get me
I don't have till
started.
midnight to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
wanna watch the
passive
Lakers.
aggression.
Okay.
I told you I got tons of information that's related to you. I have not even brought to your attention, so
Sorry.
we're going to have to do real talk again with Dr. Robin Bryan another time. But right now, I have put this off from when we did stuff, on Instagram, and I just took the cobwebs off. So passive aggression. Your thoughts?
Okay, it's a very common communication method that people do in a relationship when they are emotionally not. I'm not going to say not intelligent. It's not that. When they are not acting.
Okay, you just did it again. What's the real talk now? Come on.
Sorry. They're not at the highest emotional level they could be.
They're not mature?
No, they're not emotionally mature. They're not being, but I think it's very common. And it's also, they just don't know how to communicate. They're scared to use their words. And, I see the best people and the nicest people do it. And that's just the reason. Nobody taught them how to communicate. Communicating in a relationship is not easy. It takes time to learn. And if you're with someone that knows how to communicate, you're very lucky because they could teach you.
If a person doesn't know how to do it, they shouldn't have accepted the emotional driver's license to be in a relationship. Then they needed some more drive time hours or something. Now that phrase there comes with a question. I'm just going to stick it in here before we go. Is the problem, it's on my little blue thing here. The blue ones mean it's an option to read it or not. So I got to read this one here. It's an option here. Is the problem in your relationship or your expectations? That's a question I'm asking you, that I'm relaying a question. So people are having challenges in the relationship. Is it the relationship or is it the person's expectations that's causing the problem? Was the question that was rendered to me.
Okay, so I'm going to reframe it here. So the person that is unhappy in the relationship, are they expecting too much from the relationship? Are you asking, or is it the person that they're in the relationship with having, not? That's a very good question.
I know. I saw it too, and I went like, man, that's kind of deep. That's like half of a show in itself.
It's very deep. So I'm going to take the perspective that they're expecting. It's not somebody else's fault if somebody's not meeting your expectations. And it's really your issue if you have a problem with the other person. But you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone that you have so many problems with, right? I mean, you should, then that person's not for you.
Yeah, that person's not for you. And that can be a hit, a dent, a ding to somebody's ego to recognize that they chose incorrectly and they keep trying to put the square peg in the round hole, and they're both working off of the wrong principles and guidelines with each other and values. And instead of having a heart-to-heart, would you say communication? You're getting love on the screen there before we go here. And so I'm going to say goodbye to you of the refrain. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend as well. Thank you for your kind words and for being here with us tonight as well. So Robin, we've talked about a number of different things, and I know one thing is for sure, you don't have a passive aggression lifestyle. Some people have that as a lifestyle, propped up by sarcasm and a number of other things to the point that they are constantly fighting with whoever they come in contact with. You're saying that we can have a measure of control of who we are if we just stop. Just stop it for just stop. And would you say breathe and kind of reframe everything? Thank you for the tip. Thank you for the tips. Any other tips before we go, my friend?
No, I think you'll see it in the next video. I have a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, I bet you do. I told you, you better get that book on. You better get your book on, because I'll promote that puppy all day long on YouTube. So thank you so much for doing this Real Talk with Dr. Robin BRYMAN. I appreciate it a great deal, this experimental thing we did here together. And based upon the experience, I'm quite sure I can torture you again. So thank you so much, my friend. All right, everybody, thank you for being here. Those who watch this back later, please like, comment, share, follow Dr. Robin BRYMAN. And you want to see more of her, you can find her just about anywhere that I am promoting her. And you will definitely find her on Instagram and her wonderful reels that she does. You're very informative. You're an easygoing person to be around, and you love teaching people. But I love it when you do Real Talk and you go like, that's just stupid. I said it. See, I knew you weren't going to do it tonight, but I said, I'll say it for you. Like, that's just a dumb thing to do. Okay. All right. Anyhow, you stay the psychologist. I'm just a guy with a mic. I can say it. I'm an old man. I can say it. I'm a senior citizen. Okay. All right. I had fun. Thank you very much. Beautiful Friday to you, my friend. And everybody have a great weekend. Bye, my friend. I'll see you later. Thanks, Robin. Bye, everybody.
Bye.